Did you know there's a huge battle royale online between different video creation platforms? I had no idea myself until I was looking at a Doodly ad on Facebook, and in the comments I spotted this. Somebody really trash talking on behalf of something called Powtoon. I was like, what's Powtoon? I got to check it out. So today, that's what we're doing. We're checking out Powtoon. I'm Jen Jagger, Creative Director at Plum Productions, Professional Video Services, and educator here at My Video 101. Why don't you go ahead right now, before we get into this, and subscribe to my YouTube channel? Because if you're watching this video, you're going to love all the rest of the content I have on my channel, because it's all about helping you create your own videos, whether that be coming up with content or checking out platforms and apps like this one we're looking at today. So let's get into Powtoon. It is a very cool looking video creation platform that has a lot of different options for the kind of looks you can create. And what you're going to be seeing today is what I'm seeing right here at my computer screen. That's why we're sitting at my desk, and I'm going to show you how to create a Powtoon video. I've kind of played with it a little bit, but we're really going to be doing our first test drive into doing the whole thing. And I'm going to go ahead and create this video, and then I'll give you my final thoughts, and we'll see what the finished result looks like. So here we are in the Powtoon website. I've already signed in, and there's all these different kind of templates that you can use to create your marketing videos. Some of them are explainer videos, traditional marketing videos, infographics, presentations, video ads, all sorts of things. But what I'm going to do is do a blank Powtoon, and let me tell you why. Really, the true test of this type of platform is like, what can you create on your own? So, these templates will really play to the platform's strengths. And so they'll show you like what you could do that's awesome. But a lot of those templates, you're going to end up with the same kind of video that a lot of people end up with. So if you start with a blank program, then that's the best gauge of how robust this platform really is. Here are the different options that we can create with a blank project. So there's this modern edge, whiteboard, cartoon, infographic, and reel. So this one looks like it incorporates like photographs and stuff like that. Cartoon and modern edge, to be honest with you, I can't really tell what the difference is, but I'm loving this infographic. The whiteboard is very much like what Doodly does. I'm going to stay away from that one. Let's click that modern edge. Now, as you can see, there's tons of different types of videos you can make with Powtoon. So if you want me to explore some of those other options, make sure you like this video and comment below which one you think I should try next, because this is a big platform that I don't think you could cover in just one video. So here's our blank slide. Now, the first thing I noticed when I saw this was how much it looks like PowerPoint. Over here on the left, you have your different slides. Right now we just have one and it's blank, but I can see a plus sign where I can add more. And then here is kind of the window of what I actually am creating. And here on the right are different like scenes and elements I can add to my Powtoon video. And all the way over here on the right, background, text, characters, props, shapes, images, etc., etc. These are the things that I can add to my Powtoon video. Now, what's different from PowerPoint down here is what's called the timeline. So this is sort of telling me when I start dropping elements in, how far into the duration of the video they land. So something might come in at the 8-second mark. Something else might come in at the 4-second mark. So it's not like PowerPoint where you just kind of click manually when you're actually using the platform. This, obviously, when someone hits play, these things drop in at the time that you ask it to. So let's get started here. Let's choose a background. You can see there's all different types of backgrounds here. I'm just going to select something simple like this color, and I'm going to go with this very cool gradient. Gradients are very in. I'm super into it. And let's start adding some things here. So let us add, there's all these characters and there's so many different types of characters. And let me show you here. Let's pick the dream team. Now here's all these characters. They're very tiny, so you kind of have to look closely. But once you hover over a character, you can see all the different things that that character will do. And these guys are so cute. I really love them. I am going to select this girl right here because I think she is cute as a button. I actually want her thinking. So I'm going to click that. And then what I can do is scale this chick up. So right away, she is thinking and she's got a great idea. So next up, I want to add some text. These are different styles of text, I guess you can add. To be honest with you, once you get into them, they all kind of do the same thing. I'm just going to click title. And let's do want to create. And you can change the color. What I love about this is that you can add in a hex code. I'm just going to go white because that's really going to pop off the background that I selected. We can scale up the text by click, 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 click. And then what happens is it drops to 2 lines unless you grab this sidebar, stretch it out. Why is it doing that? So this is one of the things I did notice. It's a little glitchy. It's definitely a little clunky to use. It's not as like, you know when you're like using an iPad or an iPhone and it's just so intuitive. Like Powtoon isn't quite like that, but I think you can forgive it. I haven't seen any sort of platform like this where I felt like, wow, this really makes sense to me. They're all a little glitchy, but what really matters is the end result. And I do have a feeling, even though I haven't finished a video here yet in Powtoon, I have a feeling this is going to be pretty dope. So let's keep going. We're going to add more text. Add more. Again, I'm going to make this white. What kind of drives me nuts about this platform is that it doesn't just save the font or size selection that I used last for text. You have to adjust it every single time, which I personally find very annoying. It's just, that's one of those things that it just takes more time, and bottom line, time is money. And so for me, that's definitely a drawback. Pick a different font. So here's all the fonts that you can choose from. What I don't like about Powtoon is that when you click on the fonts, first of all, it doesn't remember the last font you selected, but then also it starts you off at the default font, which is in the middle of the list of fonts. So if you pick a font that's different from the default font, every time you add new text, you have to remember what the text was that you picked last. And then on top of it, you have to remember, is it up or down? And I know these are little things, but if you're trying to do this for a client, that's kind of a lot of work. I mean, it's just, these are the little teeny things that make your day inefficient, and we're all trying to be more efficient. So I definitely feel like, listen, Powtoon, if you're listening, you could do a better job with that. Honestly, that's the kind of thing that it just drives me a little bit crazy. But it is what it is. Then as you can see, once I try to select that font, if I don't like it, it takes the same amount of time to reload. So, okay, let's just go with this in the interest of time. Make it bigger, 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 bigger. Won't let me just grab the edge. Glitchy, glitchy, glitchy. There we go. No. This is just one of those things that's just... All right, I'm just going to manually scale it down. Quite annoying, I must say. And now let's add one more line of text. Again, I'm going to make it white. I'm just going to stick to that default font just to make my life easier. And I'm going to make this real big. Yeah. All right. So this is not exactly how I would have designed this, but in the interest of ease of execution, I mean, you could spend your whole life trying to mess around with this and get it exactly right, but it is a little bit cumbersome and clumsy. So now let's direct our attention to the timeline here at the bottom of the screen. Things ended up on the timeline in the order in which I added them, but we can shift those things around. So I can move the word video behind engaging. I can kind of switch things around. Let's just see what we have here and play it. So this arrow here, this inverted triangle, is the playhead. So we'll scrub that to the beginning. Let's hit play. Cool. Now, if you notice, all of the fonts came in the same fashion with the same motion. So I actually want to change that. So I'm going to double click the text again, and we're going to go to effects. And now, just like PowerPoint, except with fewer options, we are going to change the way that came in. And let's try it again. Let's move that playhead down. So I'm going to have this video text come in the same way that I had the word more come in. Let's go over to effects and bounce. Close out of it. You don't have to save or anything, which the first time I did that, I was like, oh, did that really work? But it does. And I do feel like I would like some of these elements to come in at different paces. Here's one thing about Powtoon that does not give you good control, which is that the elements can only appear on the screen in certain increments. And to be honest with you, I don't know if it's like 15 frames or what, but if I take this now look at the bottom of the screen here. If I grab the video element and drag it, I can't have it come in faster than it already is unless I have it come in at the same time as the word engaging. I'm a person that likes a lot of like very subtle, nuanced timing on things like this, and you really don't have that hyper level of control. You might not be bothered by that. It's just something for me. I just think that like the feeling of it would be better if I could have it come in a little bit faster, but not at the same time as engaging. All right, so I'm satisfied with the way this video looks. The only thing about this particular slide is that it's 10 seconds long by default, and I don't think it needs to be that long. So what I'm gonna do here is, if you look down at the timeline, you see this plus sign and minus sign. I'm gonna remove seconds. So every click I lose a second, and then here we go. So now it's 6 seconds long. Perfect, very good, okay. So that is my first scene. I'm super happy with that. I'm gonna go ahead now and build some more scenes using all of the different objects, people, text effects that Powtoon offers me, and we're gonna wrap this video up. Okay, so I have kind of created all the slides I want for my quick little video. The next thing I can do is work on the transitions between the slides. So the slides don't just cut from one to the other. They can do really cool stuff. So if we look over here on the left, when we see all of our slides, you see these little things here, add transitions. So look at all of these choices. What are we gonna pick? Oh, and it kind of shows you what it's gonna look like. I love that. So I kind of like these slices. I'm, you know, a little more conservative with the transitions I use in any of my projects. So I kind of like these. I think they're nice and clean looking. So let's start with this one for that transition. And then we'll go slice vertical for the next one. And then in between the next one, we'll do the slice. So now I've added all the transitions between my slides, and I really want to add some sort of music underneath it. So let's check out the sounds tab and see what we can find. We can choose soundtracks here. Let's see, top hits. Wow, there's a lot of choices in here. Oh, I like this one. Okay, we're gonna use this. Okay, so now we've added music. I'm ready to preview and export. Let's see this thing. Top right button. Oop, jumps right into it, nice and quick. All right, I think it's really cute. Let's export and see what happens. Okay, so I see these little locked items on some of the export options, and that's because I'm on the unpaid trial version at this point. So I can't download an MP4, which is what I would like to do, but I do see I can add it to my Facebook, my YouTube. Let's throw it up on my Vimeo page. So let's call this Powtoon trial. And okay, I have to make it public. Unlisted is locked unless I upgrade, which I might actually do because I kind of like this one. And let's just do it under personal and fun. All right, so if I wanted the full HD 1080 quality, I need to upgrade. And then if you noticed in the bottom right corner, it said Powtoon in my video. And if I want to get rid of that, I have to upgrade as well. Fair enough, I get it. So let's do it. Let's upload this to Vimeo. So there you have it. My first Powtoon video is complete. I gotta say, I'm really a big fan of Powtoon. I think that considering I'd never done a project on Powtoon before, the amount of time it took me was not long. I'd say this one's a bit of a home run, and I'm kind of hoping you guys want me to try out those other different types of videos you can make with Powtoon, because I actually had a lot of fun doing this, and I can't say that for every product I review. What I might tell Powtoon, if they were interested in my opinion, is to kind of work out some of the kinks, maybe remember my last used font. I know I can save favorites, but it would be even faster if you just remembered what I used last. And also, if you are going to have a default, have it be the first one on the list, so I don't have to keep scrolling back up and forth trying to figure out which font I used. But other than that, I don't really have a lot of complaints with Powtoon. If you liked this video, make sure you subscribe to my channel because I do product reviews like this on the regular. And if you're interested in Powtoon, you might be interested in some of those other products that I'm reviewing as well. So subscribe, ring that bell so you're always notified when I have new content, and I'll see you guys next week.